everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tutsalo Maruga and thank you so much for watching my videos. Today's gonna be such an interesting video. I've got my sister here with me. So we're gonna be doing a collabo today. It's pretty much an idea that I saw from On The Table. If you watch the On The Table podcast, it is On The Table with Sepi, Khumuza and the Ghost Lady. I absolutely love them. And they were discussing things that people should stop saying and things that people should stop doing. Always compared to your personal opinion and the things that you feel are out of line. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. I'm very excited. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. So my first thing is that seeing as I'm pregnant now, it's even worse with the remarks that people make. A lot of things have been an issue. Like I said, I take inspiration from that video. So with that video, they mentioned quite a few things that I agree with. But today, we're going to be speaking about the things that have happened in our personal lives that people have affected us really badly with. So my first pointer is that people commenting about my weight, especially now that I'm pregnant. You look so big. Your stomach is so huge. Are you sure you're not carrying twins? What right does it give the people to say that?
Well, I feel like it's nobody's business, first of all. Personally, for me, I believe that nobody has a right to comment about someone's weight. Whether someone is losing weight or gaining weight or pregnant. In fact, especially when someone is pregnant, they're carrying a human being. They have to change. That's a normal thing. A body must change when you're pregnant. If your body doesn't change when you're pregnant, for me, I feel like something's wrong.
It's a concern.
Yes.
Because there's a human growing side, so why should you stay small?
So for someone to actually be insensitive to call someone that is pregnant that you are fat, or some people actually
you look so huge.
You look so huge,
your stomach is so big.
Some people even go as much as comparing you to like an animal. Like you look like a cow.
There is someone who once called me looking like saying I look like an Oros with Kia, and with Kia I was very small, so it's even more rude because I was much smaller than I am now.
Yeah. So
it's a bit weird, but yeah, that is my biggest pet peeve. People commenting about someone's weight, regardless of what condition that they're in. It's not a condition really, but regardless of whatever you're going through in life, it doesn't really matter if you have lost drastically or you have gained drastically. It doesn't really. Sometimes it's a health issue. Then it's even more sensitive than it's supposed to be. Now, also, it's none of your business. So why don't you just be shy? Be shy with people's bodies, okay? Be shy to ask, be shy to comment, just have a little bit of intro.
One thing,
just so When you think about asking something that's a bit left, think about it. How would I feel if they asked me? Or does it sound right? Because surely when you're speaking, you can hear yourself. So if something doesn't sound right, it probably isn't. What is your one?
I think I have the same one, but if I can just elaborate, because that's what I have as well. And personally, I've been told, in fact, of recent, if I have to add. Yes, because I recently been told by numerous people since last year. And I feel like, okay, maybe not everyone, but some people gain weight a bit, some people lost. It depends on who you are, as you said. Because I'm not pregnant, so I've been told, oh, Brenda, you're fat. Like literally, someone said to me, Brenda, you're fat.
That
you're
is
getting
the most
fat.
rudest thing
And I feel like that's just... I didn't even know what to say. I remember I was just speechless. And then someone was like, oh, you're gaining weight, you're not even married yet, or you don't even have a child yet. So I'm like, what does my getting married and having a child have to do with me? Even if I was getting heavier, because I think even the word fat is actually offensive.
It really is, yeah.
Because even if that someone is actually getting, heavier.
Even if someone is obese.
Yeah. You don't have
a right to go around calling them fat.
Yeah.
Because it's also not really know your place as a person. Some things are just really, really intrusive, so
yeah,
respect yourself.
So I was told that numerous times by people that, in fact, some of them I didn't expect from them. Like I didn't expect that.
It's always the ones that you It's always the ones that you trust the most.
And for people, I'm not like a person that like to. I'm not sharp. When I say sharp, I'm not that person who say, "Hey,
she's basically not me."
Yeah, what did you just say to me?
One thing about me, I'll catch you. Yeah, I'll hit you in your jugular.
Yeah, she's like that. Yeah. So, but I remember it got to a point. I was like, you know what? you said I'm fat. She was like, yeah, you're gaining weight, Brenda, again. I was like, you know what? The owner of the body is me, ne? And I'm fine with it. Like, even if I'm gaining more kilos, whatever, I'm the one who's supposed to be concerned. I know that I'm not fat, as you said, but if I am, still my body and me, who's the owner, I have nothing, I don't see any problem with it. So that's just wrong. For people who are actually saying it, please stop, it's wrong.
Yeah, completely, 100% agree. Whatever condition that you're under, whatever condition that you're in, whatever shape or form that your body is in, doesn't give anyone a right to criticize. Even if you're shaped like Gru from Despicable Me, it's still your body, love yourself. It's exactly how God wanted you to be.
Yeah, you're perfectly
if he had wanted you,
made.
yes, if he had wanted you to be different, you would have been different. So accept what you cannot change. I can't emphasize this enough. My second one is, these are my top two pet peeves. Yeah, unsolicited advice. It is one thing that disgusts me when you think you can have an opinion when I didn't even ask for it. In any aspect of my life, whatever it is, you can't suggest anything if we haven't, like now minding my own business, unprovoked, someone comes and says, you know, I think you should take Herbalife. Who said you must tell me that? I didn't ask. What can I do to lose the most weight quickly? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Nobody said I wanted any suggestion. Unsolicited advice is actually kind of rude because nobody asked you. And if someone wants you to answer, if someone wants your advice, they would actually ask. There's no way that somebody is gonna want something from you and not tell you, because how do you expect me to know? So because I didn't tell you, surely I wouldn't want your advice, because then I would just ask for it. Unsolicited advice absolutely disgusts me. I feel like it's very ill-mannered of someone to just suggest something out of the blue without being told, or without getting the impression that someone needs their help. Because why do you feel like it's okay for you to have an opinion on someone's life or their decisions? Suggesting what car they should buy because, you know, it's low on fuel. You don't put the fuel in my car, so why are you worried? You don't think I just researched all of these things to get what suited me? So surely, if somebody doesn't ask you for something, please don't feel free to just blurt it out like that as if somebody wants to hear from you, because if they did, they would have just simply asked. Thinking about it, it actually makes me angry.
But I think another thing, what I realized, like I wanted to say, sorry to interrupt, what I wanted to say was, sometimes it has to do with control. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
In most cases,
I feel like people
are so controlling of other people's lives, or wanted them to do what they think is best for that person. But coming from them, like in a way that, okay, I want you to have a beautiful black car. You know, there are people actually come as friendly, like, you know.
But it's still underlying. That's what I'm saying. Control.
Yeah. Yes. They'll be like, oh, Carol, you look good in this white dress, and you bought a yellow dress, right? You went to the store, bought a yellow dress,
and you're not colorblind.
You understand?
You're not colorblind. Emphasis.
Yes. And then someone comes to you, so but this dress is so nice. You look
it would have looked
white.
Better. Yes, the white one would have looked better.
They come as that, but for me, in most cases, it comes as, I feel like, controlling. You understand? You know, so I feel like, you know what, as adults we should respect each other and, you know, set yourself boundaries.
Yes, each other's spaces. Like mind the business that pays you. Mind the things that are more valuable to you. Focus on the things that are in your life. Don't pay attention to people's things. It's none of your business also. It's very intrusive. So let's just stop that right there. Don't have an opinion on a lot of things that have nothing to do with you. Point.
My second one is, well, personally, like I said, we are talking about our own things, right? When are you getting married, Brenda?
Oh my God.
First of all, I'll say two things. First of all, this is my life. Not trying to be rude or anything. Like I said before, we should mind our business. We should mind even how we actually think people take. For me, personally, people ask me, when are you getting married? Someone was even asking me, oh, the clock is ticking. I said, which clock? Which clock? Like mine or yours? Because you are you, I am me. So you can't tell me about my clock.
Also, but then why are you so concerned?
You understand? And secondly, do you know my story? Do you even know why I'm single? Or why I chose to be single? Because I see men all around, but I I have a reason why I don't want those men. You understand? So when someone comes to me, Brenda, why are you not married? I feel like, first of all, even though I don't feel like I'm supposed to elaborate why I'm not married, this and that. First of all, it's none of your business. It's none of your business.
Please, hey.
If God's like to tell me, oh, you're cursed, and she has multiple men like come and hate it because I know her personally, and I'm like, when you tell me I'm cursed, but you're not settled as well.
You're a fine.
You understand? So it's not a good thing to say that, and I didn't say it. I said it in my heart. I'm like, well, how dare you tell me that I'm cursed, or maybe I'm not wanted by men, or there's something wrong with me, when you know that you're not even happy. And even another thing that I've seen, even some married people who I know, some of them, I'm not gonna say they're not happily married. I don't know their lives like really well, but they have no right to come to tell me. And most of them is married people now who come and tell me because they feel like, okay, they have won a trophy, they've achieved. So Brenda, why don't you settle down? You understand? Why don't you get married? You have find a husband, someone that worthy for you, like for you to say, okay, God, thank you for giving me this man. You have found him. Why don't you give me the chance to find my own? I'm not getting any younger. 2, as they said, the clock is ticking. Which clock? Because mine is okay. My own God doesn't have a time, by the way. My God doesn't work on time. Second thing, they feel like, in a way, out of concern. Don't be concerned. I'm going to get married when God decides I'm going to get married. That's number 1. Number 2, you mustn't have this, I don't know, maybe heartache. In a way that is
sleepless nights.
Yes. Hey. And then there are people, like I'm saying, there are people who say they say, okay, let me put it like this. There are people who actually care, say, okay, Brenda, I'm going to pray for you. It's if I see that person say like that, it's especially when we're talking about it. Maybe you happen to talk about it, but it's rare for me to talk about it because I have seen people are not necessarily talking about it with me because of maybe care. It's because most of the time of my age. It's because of the time they don't see me with somebody. And that's even wrong because I feel like I share what I share. If I don't, I'm not really an open person. People actually think I'm too open. It's because I'm too friendly, but I'm not. You understand? And for me, I feel like even if you want to pray about me, like I really once time said it, that if you want to pray about me, or in fact about me, about anything, you don't have to tell me. Just pray.
Because you're being genuine about it.
The only time you can talk about marriage with me, praying for me and that is when I actually open up to you. Oh, I'm worried, or I'm concerned.
Right.
But I haven't seen him. I'm not gonna settle. So wherever I have problem with me not getting married, oh Brenda, because you are this, like someone was telling me, oh, you're not supposed to gain weight because not even married yet. I'm like, okay, so listen, my husband who's coming is gonna look at me, even if I'm size 6.
Not even 40.
Yeah, I'm not
that
even 40 yet. Or I'm not even wearing size 30. He's gonna love me anyway. So my weight has nothing to do with my marriage. Well, should I say my marriage concern or something? I don't know how to put it.
Basically, stop it.
Yes.
The third one is suggesting, let's say you purchase something like a house or a car. Why didn't you start with the house? Why didn't you start with the car?
It's that mentality that, if she bought a car first, she will never buy a house.
Yes,
somehow, nobody can afford a car and house at the same time.
Why don't you start with this? Why don't you just keep quiet and mind your own business? Pay your bond. Pay your own bond for your house. Mind your own business. What I end up with, I have looked into it. So for you to come and now suggest 100 more things without being asked, that's what makes me angry. Nobody asked you, do you know a cheaper area? Nothing. Nobody said anything about that. Now, but you feel entitled. You must have an opinion about something, or you feel like it's going to boost your ego if somebody does something that is life-changing, or something as big as a purchase for a house or a car, and it was completely your advice. You feel a bit better by yourself. Maybe people should just work on their insecurities, but suggesting all of these things that I'm directed to that annoy me is always leaning towards suggestions because I can't stand that so much. It's the same as that reference that all men lie and all men cheat and all men,
and that's I don't understand.
Because your man is out here being a serial cheater doesn't mean
all men
don't project. Stop projecting your problems.
That's one of the wrong things. Like someone actually told me, by the way, before I forget, someone told me that, Brenda, you still want to get married? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think the way I was waking, I was like, she said, no, all men shame. All of them are dogs. I'm like,
also, who said
I didn't even know her story. I'm like, tell me what happened.
Said
like,
who hurt you? All men.
Who had? And she was like, no, me, I was with the father of my children for 20 years and he left me. I'm like, trust me, we've all been there when we're dumped. Not all, but some of us. And but I cannot say because of that 1%. Say, oh,
why is it
never
all,
ever in my life?
Also, why is it all men? Now you're exposing to us that you've dated everyone, first of all.
The whole
You've dated all the men under the sun, including our husbands. Why are you going around doing that? It's your own fault at this point.
Yeah, but
it really is your own fault.
Yes, I can't ever believe when you say someone, oh, it's going to end in tears. Oh, the marriage are bad. Oh, these days there's no marriages. This norm of talking these days. People getting married and you say, these days,
This is my fourth one. Generalizing, projecting your insecurities, people wanting to advise you when it's a bridal shower, your biggest pet peeve that you don't know. Hey, you must make sure in marriage you must be patient. You must make sure that you know a man is like a like this.
And you mustn't ask a man what time he's coming home.
Yes, don't ask him.
But if I believe that, you know what, some people, that's what I'm saying, is when people have been through something or they believe in generalizing.
Now they project.
And then it's like someone went like, okay, that's why I just want to edit. When it comes to marital, counseling, not counseling.
Ooh.
I think bridal showers, maybe. I think that's where the people come and say, oh,
or
no,
all men tea party.
Yeah, all men cheat. No, it's one of those things that you can't. Don't do that. It's wrong.
I think something is hard. I feel like it brings a negative. It goes down there by marriage. It really doesn't.
Yeah, because
it's just challenges. Whatever it is that you guys can't agree on, you can sort it out. If you can't sort it out, yes. If you can't sort it out, then you can't sort it out. You either decide on whatever the challenge is. If it's too great, or if it's too much of a deal breaker, because everybody has a deal breaker. Some don't, because they really have to hold on to that marriage for dear life, because it's the best thing since sliced bread.
And that's the thing that makes some people actually die in marriages or get depression. Yeah, not only marriage. Let me not put marriage on
in
life.
Any setting. Yes, in any setting. When you don't want to accept something for what it is. Not everything is meant to work out. First of all, beautiful as it may be, it's sometimes not meant to work out. That's why it's so hard.
But me, I blame society. Or I don't know, I'm not gonna say women, but in my case, I have had women. It's hard for me when I talk about marriage or talk about as women. Even where like godly women, like sort of Christian women that I know.
Yeah.
90% of the time, they will not be telling the good things in marriage. Marriage is hard. Marriage is difficult. Marriage is this. I'm like, and you are still there. Like, what are you enjoying really?
If something is so difficult,
it's like someone is eating soup or eating food, and they're saying it's so disgusting or it's bitter, but you keep eating. And I'm not, like my sister said, it's not saying that it's not challenges. There are challenges.
Yes,
but you make it like it's an ugly union that people, when they go there, obviously you're going to be suffering.
You're going to know,
and it's not a good thing. Yes, like there's challenges, as she said. I'm older than my sister, and I've been through challenges, not necessarily marriage, but I've been through challenges that I can tell her to say, you know what, you go through it. You're gonna go into these challenges, and you're gonna come out okay. I can't tell her that when you go there, you're not coming out, or you're gonna get depression.
And that's how it is.
No, and if you have a habit of saying that, even if your marriage is facing challenges, see the beauty in it. I'm not saying it's beautiful always, like she said, and life as well. It's life up to your general. You have to do it, man.
People miscarry. You're not anticipating that.
Yeah. Or fertility problems.
And then you're busy asking them about their weight or when they're having kids. That's another one. You're asking somebody, when are you gonna have? Or if somebody has one child, and then you ask them about a second one, when are you gonna have another one? How do you know they didn't get the first one via IVF? It's literally the most expensive procedure.
It took them 10 years to naturally get that one.
Imagine. Now you're putting so much pressure on someone. What does it benefit you what someone else decides to do with their body? It's their children. You're not buying any diapers or anything for their children. But here you are asking day and night, your baby's so grown now. Who said I wanted another child?
Because there are people who actually decide to have one.
Yes, some people really do decide to have one child. Because firstly, now the society, now the life that we live, it's very expensive, firstly. So if that's what you want to keep your financial bracket in, it's more than a good reason for you to do that. It's even more, I feel like, in my opinion, it's good parenting for you to know your boundaries. You can't bring a child and be limited. The child be limited because you can't do certain things. So if you decide to have one child because you see how the situation is, even if you want another child, but you're waiting to be in a better situation, are you now supposed to go and explain all your finances to Tom, Dick, and Harry?
But when you have many children, they're like, oh, she had many children. She
doesn't even know how to take care of them. What do you want?
It's the one that they keep on asking me, even up to today, like, Brenda, why don't you have kids?
You see?
Because I'm like, okay, first of all, not before, because for them is that you don't even have to get married. I'm talking about other people.
Yes, you can just have kids.
Yeah, have
at
kids.
Least have a child.
Hey, someone told me, but
like,
at least have a child.
Can you imagine?
I'm like, I actually ask her how? What do you mean? She said, no, Brenda, how? At least have a child. I'm like, okay, do you want me to test my fertility, or should I say what?
Like, what is the purpose of at least having a child?
Yeah, I must test that if my womb someone asked me, at least have a child, at least one child, because by the time you are older, it's good to have a child that is, should I say, mature.
Good for who?
No, for her, for me, that time. So I'm like, why? She's like, no, just have a child, And I'm like, you know what? Like I said, okay, first of all, I told her, I'm not married. She said, yes, but you don't have to be married to have a child. I said, of course. You don't have to be married to have a child. You don't have to be married.
Yes. But I want to be
said,
married.
In your case, I don't do that. I'm not gonna live my life like that. First of all, I'm a proud born again Christian. And I'm not judging other people, how they do their things, but I'm talking about myself. And I don't want to have my child out of wedlock. And I'm saying this for people who have this thing of, oh, can you just have a child? It's okay. I want my child to be born in marriage, not outside.
It's okay.
And I can have a child outside marriage if I want. It's easy. And with anyone I want, if I want. But I don't want that.
I used to have this question, like after 25, they ask, you still don't have a child? No. How are they running out?
You understand? And someone even said
they're running out the dumbest statement I've ever heard.
And someone actually, a young girl, and I was concerned. She was like, I don't know what they were talking about marriages. She was like, Mina, at least I have a child. I'm like, what do you mean at least you have a child? So does it mean
it's
you
better
have
than nothing?
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Wow.
You understand? And someone actually made this statement, was like, Mina, I don't want to wait until I'm 37. I'm going to be too old to have a child. And that's my age. I'm like, excuse me. Why are you saying that I cannot have a child
also,
at that
why
age?
don't you say it to my face?
Don't that I can't have a child at that age. That's what you are saying.
How?
You understand? So for me, I feel it's very offensive, first of all. Number two, you don't know the story of that person. You don't know why. Number two.
There are realities to all these situations.
Yes.
So firstly, it's not ideal to have a child when you are much older because risks and whatever. But there is not a single person under the sun who just choose to wait until 50. They have a husband and everything. Do you think it's possible? I want a child, but no, I'm just waiting to turn 50. There's no such thing. Obviously, if everybody could have a child and have the kind of setting that they want, if they're married and whatever, because everybody has boundaries. I'm not gonna have a child because you want me to have a child without all the things the boundaries that I want to be met or my standards to be met. Because even with me, I had my first child when I was 27, I think. Yeah, 27. Imagine 27. That is way too late for some people. My peers are like 3 children ahead already. Now, it's not a competition. Everybody can have a child anytime. Marriage, anytime. Pregnancy, anytime. All of these things are very emotionally and financially and physically taxing to a point where you would really be baffled as to why someone would compete with something that is life-threatening almost. It's literally life-threatening, but you're out here just having children every other day because you don't want Tinzola to now have more children more than you. You could even die. Yeah, and all in the name of competition.
A child, by the way, let me add on that. For me personally, I have this thing. I feel like not everybody has it. That's what I'm saying personally, because it's not everybody. A child is not like a car or an object that I can return, I can throw away.
Exactly. When it's challenging.
And I'm going to be, whether I'm married to that person or not, I'm stuck with that man. You understand? Because they're the father of my child, right? So, all of us, that's what I'm saying, we are different. We make different choices. People actually go to donors. They don't even want to know who the father is. You understand? There are people who just want a man, a boyfriend, and get a baby, and then even if they dump him, they actually dump the person they want. They just want a baby. You understand? So do you understand? So we are different. So don't go thinking that what you can do or your choices concerning a child is my choice. And another thing that I get offended is because of my age. That's what That one makes me angry. My age is my age, and I love my age, and I'm proud. Like I said, I just mentioned my age. So I have no problem with my age. You understand? And I can't even wait 1040. So whenever I have a problem with me,
there are certain things that you can't change. What are you supposed to do then?
Thank you.
Age backwards.
So that people will say, okay, get a baby now. So you understand? I told one lady, I was like, you don't know my story, so you have no right to tell me about a baby, about a husband, about those things, because it's none of your business. Second thing, I made my choice based on something that is personal to me.
So and I owe nobody any explanation.
Exactly. And we should mind our business. Concentrate on your age, your childbearing, your husband, or if you're a woman, if you're a man, your wife. Leave me. When I get married, I'm going to invite you.
Perfect your marriage into the perfect little picture that you want, but that is your business. There, you have every right to do whatever.
Yes, because that's the wrong thing. I feel it's very offensive. Even if it's your family member, your friend. And another thing I must say, no matter how close you are with that person, no matter how close, her weight, fertility, her age, her childbearing, all those things, don't go there.
So if you think there is such a thing as a perfect marriage, make yours the perfect marriage first.
Yes.
Before suggesting. Concentrate on perfecting your life to whatever your standards are. Yeah, that's fine.
I have one last one that I think people should be mindful on how we speak and how you actually, confront someone. Like, for example, I'm going to talk about me. I haven't been working since 2018, professionally. To some people actually think that I'm not actually even trying to apply, I'm not even doing anything. Someone actually asked me, are you sure you're applying?
If you can help, then you can ask. How is that job hunting going? It's not going well. Oh, I heard they're looking for 1, 2, 3. Whatever.
Yeah, then that time.
Then you can apply. Yes, because then you can help. You can't help. I'm not asking money from you. Why are you asking me about such things? On a daily basis, are you sure you even applying? What is it to you?
Yeah, because for me, like my sister said, which is true, I think you're 100% right, because I think people look at me like, oh, poor Brenda. I'm like, but do I look like, do I even look like someone who's not do I? Because I'm not suffering. I don't know who told who. Because yes, I'm looking for a job and I really want a job, but in fact, and by the way, let me just emphasize this, I'm not desperate here. When it comes to a job, I'm not going to just take anything, because even if I happen to take, a housekeeping job, it's because at that moment, I'm okay with it.
You don't mind it.
You understand? Yes. Just because that person doesn't want a certain job doesn't mean they're ungrateful at that moment. And don't force it upon them. Because again, my sister said, I'm not coming to ask you anything. You understand? Yes, you may want my growth, you may want to help me out, it's okay. But sometimes wait for that person to come, than for you to come with something and I don't like it, and then you still blame me, feeling like maybe, oh, you just want to be a failure somehow. That's what I feel like you're saying. You understand? So for me, for people who do that, I feel like, again, we should just mind how we speak to people and mind our business. When someone is not working and they'll be looking for a job, you don't know their struggles, you don't know what they're going through every day. You understand? So when someone is not working, the least you can do, if my sister said you are involved in that person's life, the least you can do is ask or suggest a website or whatever agency that they can do.
Yeah, I feel like be very specific in what you want. If you can offer something, that's when you have the right to ask me. But if you don't have anything to tell me after I give you that information, why do you want to know?
Yeah, don't go around gossiping or talking about that person. Especially the overachievers, the people who are okay. It's the same thing with married people. They have they have a list of advice on single people because they are there. Like I was saying, I think final thing I'll say concerning marriage, concerning childbearing, concerning your job. Let me put it like this: any stage that you are in your life, right? Please don't, because you are in a certain stage in your life, you feel like some people or your friends or your family members, whoever around you, supposed to be in that stage. We all have seasons in our lives, and your season is not my season. Like, for example, this is my sister. This is my only sister, my mother's child. Season. What she's going through now, what she has now, that is her season. God ordained it to be like that. This is my season, and God ordained it to be like this. I respect her, she respects mine. She cannot say, why don't you have what I have? Maybe because I'm old, because of your age, for example, or have what you have because of your age. Like limit you because of your age, for example. I can't say that.
You are too young to have so much money, or you're too young to drive such a car. Or
you understand?
Yeah.
No, respect people's lives and respect and have boundaries. What you have is what you have.
Very heavy on the boundaries.
You understand? And respect people's lives and choices. You are in a stage that you are, in a season that you are, because God ordained it to be like that. So please, be kind. Number 2, let us respect each other. So if you can do that, respect people's lives, set boundaries for yourself. Sometimes for yourself's sake, because you get insulted by some people. We're not all the same. You know, there are people when they answer you, you won't feel good. Living in God's time, we all have seasons. So your time is your time and my time is my time.
We are all going through something secretly.
Exactly.
Be kind.
So be kind, because you never know what.
Be mindful of what you say.
You never know what some.
Basically, this video is all about us emphasizing the things that people need to stop. It's inhuman. It's inhuman to comment on things that you really don't know anything about. People are depressed. People are going through major mental health issues, that you will come with your loose head and comment on something that you have no idea about. Don't, just because you experience something in somebody who has a child that is a year old, feel like, oh, they've got everything under control, when you have no idea what the challenges are gonna come, what more challenges are gonna come.
Through at that moment.
Oh, what more challenges that are gonna come. Like, don't go through something, don't be married for 2 years and feel like you can suggest anything that makes marriage work. Be in something long enough to know what you're talking about. Pretty much everything that we've been talking about is all about boundaries. Be kind to people. Be mindful of what they might be going through. Don't just blurt out things. Be very mindful of what you say. Be very mindful of people's surroundings and situations, because you don't know what someone is going through. For you to just suggest something out of the blue without them asking you to do so. So yeah, let's just practice all of those things. Self-control. You know?
Respect people and have self-control, like she said.
Literally.
And us and
with all of that being said, take everything with a pinch of salt. Understand, if you have been somebody who has done these things from today, because you know how people feel about it, because sometimes even if something is intrusive, somebody might never know. So now that we have said it, be mindful of everybody else's surrounding, not just us, but be mindful of everybody, because people deal with things differently. Depression looks different on everybody. Some people are very happy, but they're very, very depressed. It's just a coping mechanism. So don't mistake everything looking perfect, thinking everybody's fine. Now you can tell that person better than you can tell this one, because this one looks like they're fine. So be very mindful of everybody's situation. You can never know what's going on. You don't have a right to anybody's personal life. Be very mindful of everything that happens around you. Be very mindful of the words that you speak. But with all of that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed the video. And thank you to my lovely sister for coming. So much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Get those numbers up. Suggest, share, whatever, comment. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye.
Bye-bye. Mwah.